everybody. Well, now that you have all your pieces ready, the next thing that you want to do is make sure that they all fit together. So you're just going to simply take your two end pieces and you want to make sure that the hem part that you folded is facing the inside, and you're just going to simply check to make sure that your pieces fit on the inside like this. If they don't, you want to grab a pair of tin snips and snip them until they do fit. So both of mine fit. Now I'm going to show you guys how to use the spot welders, all right? These are very simple to use. You just have to follow a few little safety rules. Number one, you want to make sure you have safety glasses. Number two, you want to have a pair of welding gloves. Now, are you going to burn yourself? No, probably not necessarily, but we are welding, so it is going to be sending a current through the tongs. These are the tongs, and it is going to heat up our box a little bit. So you want to be careful. Make sure you wear the welding gloves, all right? Now, to use the spot welders, very simple. One, you want to make sure that you plug them in. If you notice that this plug is different than a regular plug that you would normally like plug in a lamp or something, this is a 220 volt, okay? So it does have a lot more power than a regular lamp would, so be very careful when you're using it. You just simply take it. There's special outlets along the wall, and you'll notice when you look up real close, there's a design on here. You want to make sure that this pattern fits with the pattern. Don't just try jamming it in any one. You're just going to plug it into the wall. Go. And then you have to turn them on. Now, they're both Miller, which is the name brand, and they look a little bit different. One of them, the green one, there's a knob on the back, and you just turn that knob. It's a little twist one, and you turn it to 21. It's written right on the top, on the back of the spot welder, so you just have to look down here, turn it to about 21, all right? And then for the blue one, you just plug it in, and this one's just real easy. It's just a switch. You just flip it on over here. All right, so what you're going to do is you'll have your safety glasses. You want to spot weld your end pieces first. Start by using one of them. Get your gloves on. Let me do that real quick. And then when you do this, my back is going to be towards you for just a moment. You're going to stand in the front, okay? You're going to use either your right or your left leg, whatever one you're more comfortable with, to put your foot on the pedal. Don't push down on the pedal if it's turned on and there's nothing in between it. What will end up happening is it'll weld the tips together. All right, so don't do that. You want to make sure you have your material in between here, and all you're going to do is just put your end piece, hems facing in, slide it in between the two pieces, and you'll stand in front of it. I'm going to stand off to the side so you can see, and then I just simply take it and I press down, and it'll automatically shut off for me. So I have my weld there. I'm going to do the same thing to the top on the other side, and you just hold on down until it stops. And then you just work your way around the box. You want about 2 welds on each of the tabs. And there, I have my end piece welded on. Okay, I'm going to do the same exact thing, except I'm going to use the blue one. Now the blue one tends to spark a little bit. It's not the end of the world. How can I avoid sparks? Well, one, you want to make sure that your metal pieces are touching each other. You don't want to have your tabs angled too much. Then you might have to grab a pair of vice grips and flatten them out so your pieces of metal are touching nice and flat. You want to hold your material in there so it's nice and flat, not at an angle like this. That's really going to cause some sparks. All right? So you're just going to take your hand, I'll get it out of the way a little bit, and then push down. So you saw a little bit of sparks there. If that tends to scare you a little bit, it's real easy. Get everything lined up, bring it down so it's touching each other, and then I just tend to put my hand over the top of it, and there we go. All right, or just hang on to it and work your way around. Now notice I'm going at a nice pressure. I'm not going real slow. You don't want to push real slow on it. You want to push some nice force on it so it gets our metal to stick like that. So now I have both of my end pieces welded on. The last part is going to be your handle. And again, it's real important that our handles touch the sides, that we have them at a 90-degree angle. If it's not at a 90-degree angle, the easiest thing to do would just be to take this on the edge of a flat surface and create it to be a 90-degree angle. I just put it here and use my hand to push down for a little bit of pressure, and now I have it at 90 degrees. Now, these are going to go to the outsides, okay, of our end pieces, and you're going to want 2 welds for each. If you have one, you'll be able to wiggle it off and then the weld won't stick. It's better to have 2 on there, okay? And it's just a small little area. Let's get that on there. You want to start one weld first, and then do a second one. All right, so I have that done, and I just flip it around, and I'm going to do the same exact thing on the other side. I like to bring down so the tips are touching, but not fully, and then push down with my leg. Third time, or second time, sorry. So there we go. That's how easy it is to put our little metal box together. When you're done, you want to grab a file and file your edges so they're not so sharp. If they're not sharp, you don't have to file them. Okay? If you have any questions, refer back to your directions, ask me, or you can even just ask a friend. Once you're done using the spot welders, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you turn them off before you unplug them. So make sure that the machines are turned off, unplug them, and then just wrap the cord around the handle so it's not dragging on the ground. All right, any questions again, feel free to ask.